Movavi. 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 Movavi.
We are live. Hey. Thanks, Ryan Milkey, for liking the intro. Hello, West East Bay. Hope to see you in just a few hours here to play some PUBG. But wanted to welcome everyone here to live stream as the Buffalo Bills are getting ready for their... Hey, Derek, good to see you here live with us. Hey, getting ready for our final regular season home game of the year. I don't know why the screen's looking a little green at the moment, but I promise I'm not feeling under the weather. There we go. That's better. Hey, the final home game of the season. We don't want to look green as we take on the Jets. So, the New Jersey Jets are coming to town. Finally trying to get these AFC East games in here. It looks like it's going to be a little warmer this weekend, as I see the weather forecast calls it to be 53 degrees, which, is not exactly warm, but when it was 15 degrees at the last game, we'll take 53 for sure. However, it looks like it's going to be raining during the game, which I would much rather be sitting in snow than sitting in a rainfall. Always going to remember playing Washington a couple of years ago where it poured rain the entire game. And sitting in rain is not fun. So it could be interesting here. 47 degrees. I believe you're in Scotland, if I believe right. So if I remember right, Ryan. So the New Jersey Jets, what do they bring? Well, they've had a very hard season this year. Made the coaching change in the middle of the year. That didn't really seem to help them that much. Aaron Rodgers, a lot of people are saying might be his final season. I know we've been hearing that for the last couple of years, but if he doesn't retire this year, he may go play for another team. That's the new talk. So, Aaron Rodgers coming to Buffalo, hopefully for the last time. Their wide receivers are really good. Of course, they got Davante Adams a few weeks ago, and he has been putting up some good numbers of late over the last few weeks. But Garrett Wilson, I believe, is the legit real deal. I've said that since the first time I saw him play football. That guy can play. So I think he's going to go over 1,000 yards at this game. I mean, for the season. Obviously, he's not going to get 1,000 yards during this game. So and I hope that James Cook, on that note, will get 1,000 yards for the Buffalo Bills and rushing for the team. So we'll see if all of that goes down during the game. The Bills do need to win this game, and here's why. Even though we're locked in the playoffs and the Jets are not going to be making the playoffs, it's for the 2 seed, basically, is what it boils down to. Baltimore is the only team now that can catch Buffalo for the 2 seed. We cannot get the 1 seed that Kansas City won on Christmas Day. So we're playing basically whether we're going to get the 2 seed or the 3 seed going into the AFC playoffs. And it's a big difference because, you're going to be playing Baltimore or you could be having to go to Kansas City. I mean, it all just happens. Ryan, I'm going to need some feedback to you why my color keeps changing a little bit during this feed. That's the first time it's ever done that. You're the Facebook Live guy, so you can tell me what's happening that I'm doing wrong, and I'll try to fix that by the next stream. Anyway, so if the Bills can win, all it would take is Baltimore has to lose their last game or Buffalo needs to just win one of the last 2 games to get the 2 seed. We do play the Patriots next week. However, I would like to put that to bed this week and have the Bills win this game because next week we got some players that have been banged up. I'd like them to sit out a week before we have to play a playoff game the following week. So talking about players that have been injured, the biggest worry, obviously, is always Josh Allen. He has been playing with a broken left hand all season for most of the season and been wearing a big glove on it, and he's played well with that broken left hand. Of course, it's more needed to have a good right hand since that's his throwing hand. But this last game, he lost feeling in his right hand, as I believe when he fell down, he got some sort of a stinger or a funny bone hit on his elbow, and he couldn't feel his right hand. Now, that's definitely worrisome. A quarterback without the use of either hands very well is not going to be good. So, and at the last series of plays last week, they pitched to Ty Johnson 4 plays in a row, a pitch to the left. So I think that had a lot to do with how Josh was able to pitch the ball. They didn't want to have a direct handoff, hurting his hand any further. So they just pitched every time to Ty. I felt like I was watching the movie Unnecessary Roughness when they ran the exact same play over and over and over again. The guy comes to the huddle and he says, I think they know that's coming. Well, they did know it was coming, but it didn't matter because the Bills had a dominant offensive line in that game. So, and they were able to get 2 first downs and put the game away. Anyway, back onto this game. Onto our injuries. On the offensive side of the ball, that's pretty much it. The other guys are all looking healthy, knock on wood, and hopefully that continues. As we go over to the defensive side of the ball, there have been a lot of injuries. Matt Milano has been out the last 2 weeks after being out for a long time, but he has been a full participant in practice this week and should play. Dorian Williams is ready to go, though, and I really hope that they split time a little bit between Matt Milano and Dorian Williams so that we can have a healthy linebacker group going into the playoffs, because it's really feeling deja vu-ish this year that we're having some linebacker problems, because last year we had to call a guy off of his couch that was actually planning on going on a vacation and to get him to play. So, we don't need that to happen again. We need good linebackers and healthy linebackers to be going into the playoffs with. The real concern on defense, it looks like Rasul Douglas will be playing as well, but the real concern is back at our safety position. Damar Hamlin and Taylor Rapp are both listed as questionable again for this game, and they haven't played in 2 weeks. To have our starting safeties injured, as I always say, we're spoiled that we always had Micah Hyde and Jorah Poyer back there. And these guys are not that, but they are good quality NFL safeties and have proved themselves this year. So hopefully Taylor Rapp and Damar Hamlin will be able to come back. But now Cam Lewis, who is one of their replacements, is also listed as questionable for this game. So Cole Bishop, the rookie second-round draft pick, is going to definitely be starting. And I think Kareem Jackson will be playing as well. Now, if all 3 of those guys, Cam Lewis, Damar Hamlin, and Taylor Rapp, cannot play this week, those are our 3 top safeties. So we're going to have to bring somebody up from the practice squad beyond Jackson. Jackson will probably get the start on the other side, but I don't know why Lewis hasn't been called up over the last few weeks, as he was called up for 1 game, and then Micah Hyde may actually get some playing time and be called up for this game as well. So we'll see what happens before the game on Saturday. We'll see who gets called up from the practice squad to play in the game, and then at the game itself, we'll know who's going to actually play, and that could make a big difference as we're playing safeties. But if those guys are banged up even a little bit, I think we should sit them. We need healthy safeties in the playoffs too, and whether we're the 2 or the 3 seed. So hopefully, again, we can win this game, because we need some guys to sit out versus the Patriots. I do not think you would see Josh Allen or Dalton Kincaid, guys that have been banged up at all on the offensive side and the defensive side as well. So the Patriot game might see Joe Andreessen playing linebacker to start. But we got to win this game first. We can't look forward to any game. You always have to worry about the game you're playing first and foremost right in front of you. So, yeah, we've got to beat the Jets. And it's good, too, because then we would have all wins this year at home. Undefeated at home is a good thing to have as well. If you can hold your own home games. I'm wondering that, too. Ryan asked how everyone holiday season. Hopefully everybody had a great holiday season. Want to remind everyone, please like this video, subscribe, hit that bell notification button so that you'll know when I go live, and you can be here with us live like Derek was able to finally do with us. So please hit that bell notification button. It'll tell you when I go live. I wanted to show you some of the pictures that I'm still trying to get autographed. So it's the last home game, and I hope that there'll be some playoff games, obviously, at home. We will host at least one. So I'm trying to get the returner that came to the team right before the start of the season, but haven't been able to get him yet this year. Our safeties, the before-mentioned safeties, haven't been able to get them either. This Taylor Rapp I've been trying to get for 2 years, almost giving up completely on getting a Taylor Rapp autograph, but still got to try. I printed up a Dalton Kincaid here that you can see. I have Dalton's autograph, but liked this picture, so going to try to get that autograph. Still trying to get David Edwards' autograph. Been trying for him for 2 years as well. He does not come out for warm-ups or for pre-warm-ups, and that's when guys sign for me. So probably not going to be able to get that. Daquan Hardy, who had a great preseason and I thought was going to be our kickoff returner. Like to get his autograph. He played at Penn State. Matt Milano, just like this picture. I have Matt Milano's picture already, so trying to get this. And then Ulofoshio, who's another linebacker that we drafted this year. Hasn't gotten a lot of playing time. He got injured in training camp. He actually was in front of me and told me he would come back to sign this earlier this year, but he didn't come back. So those are the guys I'm trying to get. Also, I'm going to print a picture of Jalen Virgil. I haven't printed that yet. Terrence McGee is the legend of the game. And Terrence, hopefully I can get something printed and signed up for him. My Legends wall is full now, so I'm going to have to find room for him if I am able to get his autograph. I'll make a video about the Legends wall during the offseason so y'all can see that. This is the autographed wall here with every player's autograph I've been able to get this year. This is only current players on the team, and need to make place for the Quentin Jefferson autograph that I got last game, and I was able to get Cromer as well, and Tyrell Shavers up there. So, yeah, so we've got over, I think that's 55 players and coaches from the current roster up on the wall. So those are the guys I'm going to try to get. Hopefully everybody had a Merry Christmas. As if anybody has any questions for me at this point, I'd love to answer anybody's questions. I know Derek must have a great question. He's been dying to ask me. So Derek Ramsey, big Buffalo Bills fan, does not live in this area. I know he would love to go to a game. Anybody want to hook him up with transportation and tickets to get across the country to watch a Bills game? That would be awesome. I think Ryan Milkey, you ought to come for a game. I know you're coming all the way from Scotland, but it would be cool if you were able to come to a game before the Bills move into the new stadium and the ticket prices escalate. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get tickets over at that new stadium. They're going to be way expensive. But we've still got a year here to watch these games and some playoff games coming up. I've got Micah Hyde. I've got a couple of Micah Hyde autographs. Hopefully he does play at this game. I did see him last game. He didn't come out for warm-ups, but when he came out with the team for the game itself, I did yell, Micah! Before the game. I have a couple of great Micah Hyde autographs that he's done for me in the past and an autographed jersey, too. You do need to get to a game next year. Come to a playoff game. Those are fun. And I know the weather probably doesn't bother you very much because you're in a cold weather place too. West East Bay, 1 year left to check out a game this year. I know you're coming from California, but boy, no one watching this live right now actually lives in New York State. That's sort of crazy. Usually Jamie's on here. She lives in New York. Yeah, Ryan, get out here. You got a lot of people. Ryan Milky has a lot of friends in the United States that he needs to come visit, come say hi to. I know a lot of people love you, my man. So would love to have you over here. So with that, I got some PUBG practice I got to do to get ready for this afternoon when we got some big games coming up here in the video game world. Ryan, I don't know if you play PUBG. We'd love to have you join us. I know you play a lot of other video games. Is that how you became a Bills fan, was when you met Thurman Thomas? I thought Jordan Poyer was the reason you were a Bills fan. But that's cool. I became a Bills fan when I was born into it, but became an elevated, higher Bills fan when Leonard Smith and Jim Kelly called me when I was in the hospital with cancer. For those of you that don't know, when I was 18 years old, I was diagnosed with cancer, had to have over a year of chemotherapy treatments, and spent 6 weeks from before Thanksgiving to after Christmas in the hospital that year. And right before Christmas, Leonard Smith, who was our safety at the time, and Jim Kelly both made phone calls to me in the hospital to encourage me to get better. That became, I went from a Bills fan to above crazy what I am now. You became a Bills fan when you met Pops Mafia, that we love. Spread the love of the Mafia. Milky, you should make a video of you jumping through a table now that you're a Bills fan, part of Bills Mafia. That's how you get inducted. If you weren't born into it, you get to join the Mafia. Jump through a table. There's several videos to show you how. Don't set it on fire, though. Some people are crazy fans and set their tables on fire, and then they set themselves on fire. I don't need that part. They've actually now had a lot of the parking lots at Bills Stadium does not allow you to jump through tables in their parking lots anymore, the private lots, because people have done it and then sued the private parking lot. Like, you were the one that decided to dive through a table, not the parking lot. But anyway, that's another subject I shouldn't probably get involved in. So with that, I hope you all had a Merry Christmas. And if you were alone during Christmas holidays and you're feeling low, feeling down, please reach out to me, because always remember, God loves you, and so do I. Go Bills!
Movavi. 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 Movavi.